Hey guys, Sarge here. What we're going to be talking about today is my Smith & Wesson Model 10-8 Police Trade-In. I've gotten a couple questions about it on Instagram, so I just thought I'd go in a little bit more detail with you guys and just kind of give you guys a good look at it. Right off the bat, I did get it as a police trade-in. From what I've understood is it's probably a 1980s-ish era gun. I did have the Revolver Cerakoted, and I had it Cerakoted by Kicking Steel Custom Arms. You guys can find them at Instagram at KSC Arms, okay, KSC Arms, and that's their Instagram handle there. They are a fantastic company to work with. Any issues that you have, fantastic customer service, and they get the firearms out quicker than anyone I've ever seen do it, and I'm not even in the same state that they are. So really fantastic company. Go and check them out, guys. Second thing that I changed on the gun, and this is the only two things that I've changed on the gun, are the grips. And I linked up with the individuals from Grashorn Gunworks, to get these stag grips on this revolver. And I think it looks pretty good, guys. So we'll just take a quick look here and just to show you guys that, oh my gosh, you're not getting a loaded gun pointed at you through a camera. Okay, it is unloaded. All right, so there are those grips. And one thing that I like about stag grips, OCD people probably don't like it, but each grip is different, right? To me, I actually kind of like that quite a bit. It gives it a little bit more of a personality to it. So here is that Cerakote job from Kick and Steel Custom. We'll get that to focus there. I apologize. Okay. So here's that Cerakote job, guys. Very good. Okay. Now, what I will say, I was a little worried with getting a police trade-in revolver or just police trade-in gun at all. I was a little worried with it. However, this has changed my mind altogether. So the one, you can find police trade-in super cheap. Two, I needed the revolver to teach some revolver courses. And Smith & Wesson, in my opinion, especially a lot of the older guns, this was the best route to go. So I'm very happy with that. Very happy with it. So I looked at this Model 10 for a long time before I decided to get it. And I looked at the different, because there are a bunch of 10-4, 6, 8, all these different generations of it. And this is the one that just stuck out to me, so I went ahead and went with it. You guys can look up what the different generations are. But for me, a couple of the things that I was told by a very knowledgeable individual when it comes to revolvers to check, especially if you're, okay, you got it on Gunbroker and you want to check it out to make sure it works right, go ahead and check the cylinder for proper lockup, right? So if there's a lot of play and this one has very little, this one actually has similar amount as my Smith & Wesson 642, which is a newer gun. Okay, and this one's made in the 80s. You want to check there for lockup, okay? And then come down here to the trigger, and we're going to, always make sure it's empty before we do anything like that. Make sure it's pointed in a safe direction, okay? The safety rules do not only apply at a range. So now what we're going to do, okay, we're going to press the trigger, and what we're going to listen for are 2 clicks prior to the hammer falling, okay? So 2 clicks prior to the hammer falling. And this goes into the lockup process as well, okay? So there's one, okay, and the second. Okay, did you guys hear that? So it clicked and you could see the cylinder lock into place there, okay, and then it's going to fall. So check that, guys. What we also want to check is right here in the chamber area, okay, there's going to be pretty much a thicker cone of the barrel. Just make sure that there are no cracks on it, guys. That can be a huge issue, okay, if there are. So just double check that whole area there, all right, and just check the overall look at the gun. What I will tell you, if you guys are looking at these, if you guys get any revolvers and they're used and the grip screws are all beat up and mangled, good possibility somebody did something stupid inside of the gun, okay, good possibility with that. So I had wanted an old duty revolver for a while, and I just didn't know which route to go with it. One of the reasons, right, or one of the reasons I went with this, rather, the Smith & Wessons that have the firing pin on the hammer, I just like those more than dealing with the transfer bar. Personal preference, I got it. And with this specific one here, it came with the Department of Corrections little ID tag. I just think that's cool. I really like the character and the backstory on this revolver, and who knows what all was involved in. I'd say a Department of Corrections. I can't imagine too much, but I don't know. I could be wrong with that, right? So those are a couple things to look for at the user level. Always, I mean, if you guys are worried about something, go and identify a gunsmith or somebody who deals with this stuff more often, and they'll be able to guide you guys in what to actually look for, okay? But I was very pleased with it thus far, guys, and what I plan on doing is starting a whole new series of, we'll go over how to properly clean different firearms, right? And then we'll go over how to properly carry different firearms. So I can tell people all day till I'm blue in the face, carry a Glock, carry a SIG, carry an M&P, carry a whatever. But I can't make a decision for you. And I have a large student base that they only want to carry revolvers for whatever the reason is, whether I agree with it or not. They only want to carry revolvers. So for me, I'd like to think of myself as a competent instructor. I think it's important to, okay, I'm not going to change everybody's mind into what they're going to carry, so I need to ensure that I know how to properly use and work a revolver. So, going over to different revolver courses, looking at different aspects of the revolver, different applications of it, where are the strong points at, where are the weak points at. And those are some of the things I'm going to start covering in this How to Carry series. So you guys out there you guys have chosen to use a revolver in a home defense scenario or a concealed carry scenario, you have the best information out there possible, and you're not just getting left from people saying that they're old and you shouldn't carry them anymore. Okay, because that doesn't do you any good if that's what you've decided to carry. So what I'm going to try to do is provide you guys the best education out there. I've used a revolver as a backup gun for a very long time. A benefit that I see over a revolver than a semi-automatic, just right off the bat, if I need to press the gun into someone, it 100% would rather do it with a revolver than a semi-automatic. If I do it with a semi-automatic, the slide could get pushed out of battery, inducing a malfunction or an issue where it's going to go click instead of bang. Whereas a revolver, I can press it right into every single fat roll the dude has, and it's going to go off every single time, right? So those are things to even think about. What application are we putting this revolver in? But we'll go over that, guys. We'll also go over different reloading techniques and things of that nature that I've learned along the way. Just so we're doing things what I think it maybe could be the smarter way of doing things, right? So let me know what you guys would like to see out of this series or out of the revolver in general, and I will do my best to do all of that for you. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. You can find me on Instagram at Shooting It with the Sarge. As always, guys, stay tuned for more. Sarge out.